Darrell Bevell turns down the Jets. Now what? Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Before we get started today, I just want to mention you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast. New episodes every single Wednesday, baby. Also, today's video is brought to you by BUSR, the official sportsbook of Matt O'Leary NY. The divisional games are coming up. If you want to get in on the action, BUSR is giving a 150% match deposit bonus up to $2,500. Get in on the action while you can. The Giants are playing. They are big underdogs, 7.5-point underdogs. Is that number too big? Maybe. San Francisco, -3.5. I like that spread for them. Dallas is a hot pick right now, but I don't know if I necessarily buy into them after beating Todd Bowles. But if you want to get on the action, you can. A link to do so is down below in the description, busr.com/Matt. So Darrell Bevell will not be taking an offensive coordinator gig as he is expected to return to the Miami Dolphins to continue to be their quarterback coach. Bevell felt like he was the front runner for this New York Jets coaching offensive coordinator job as he spent time in Minnesota, Seattle, Detroit, Jacksonville, and most recently Miami. But him and Robert Saleh crossed paths during their time in Seattle, where he was the OC from 2011 through 2017, through 2017. And he had different levels of success in the different places that he went. With Brett Favre in 2009, early in Russell Wilson's career, with Detroit when Matt Stafford was healthy. And we know Jacksonville obviously fell off the rails, but how much was that on Urban Meyer, who was the one calling the plays and who was extremely toxic? He is off the board. So now what is the question for the New York Jets? What the hell do they do with the offensive coordinator spot? Do you throw a bag at Todd Monken? That's what I would do. That's my preference. Obviously, in a perfect world, yes, you're able to do that. But the likelihood of that feels pretty slim that he would leave Georgia to come be the OC of the New York Jets. Again, do I think it's worthwhile to throw the $2+ million or whatever it would take to get him to leave Georgia, where he's making $2 or $2.5 million as the OC, to come to the New York Jets? I would highly consider it. Yes, I think he's that good, number one, and the rest of the pickings in this barrel is not very impressive. Greg Olsen, who was the coordinator for Derek Carr through a lot of his career. Nathaniel Hackett is another name that's going to get tossed around. And then a lot of these guys don't have a ton of experience calling plays, which, again, kind of leads you right back to the scenario when Mike LaFleur was fired. Great, that's fine. Okay, you can move on from him. But now what? You're kind of stuck in this no man's land where it's like, are you going to actually get an upgrade at offensive coordinator? They might hire someone who doesn't have that experience. They very well could be. That doesn't have the play calling experience, which doesn't feel like that's what the Jets need. Now, maybe it's like a Nathaniel Hackett offensive assistant, senior offensive assistant or whatever, and a first-time play caller. But going from a first-time play caller to another first-time play caller, I don't know if that's what they need. I really don't. I think if you were to make a change, which they elected to do, they moved on from LaFleur, fine, that it should be someone who has the play calling experience. Go with the opposite of what you just had. You don't want someone who's young taking their lumps as a first-time play caller and learning on the job what LaFleur was doing. I don't know. I have no idea who the offensive coordinator for this team is going to be. Bevell was not a perfect choice, but was he one of the better choices based on the history that he's had as a coordinator and someone who's at least done it before and had different varying levels of success? I guess, yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea who the offensive coordinator is going to be. I get asked all the time. People, they send me a message. They send me an email, a comment on the videos. Who's going to be the OC? I think it should be this. I don't know. I have no clue. Let me know who you think the offensive coordinator is going to end up being down below in the comments. Are you okay with Darrell Bevell not being the guy? What the hell do you do? What the hell do you do now? Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I am Matt O'Leary, and I will talk to you next time.